All right, so we're diving deep today into how to prep for a regulatory affairs manager interview.
Definitely a hot topic these days.
Absolutely, and we've got some really good material to work with today.
Yeah.
We've got a career guide to kind of give us a lay of the land.
Uh-huh.
We've got an interview guide that's packed with real questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got some info on how RoleCatcher can be that, secret weapon in your back pocket.
That AI is really changing the game.
Yeah, for sure. So I think our mission today is to really equip our listeners
Yeah,
to go into these interviews
absolutely.
feeling totally confident.
Yeah, and ready to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, so let's just jump right in
Let's do it.
with the interview questions.
All right.
Because I think that's what everyone's on the edge of their seat for.
Yeah, for sure.
So first one, right out the gate, tell me about your experience with regulatory compliance.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it seems simple, but what are they really trying to get at here?
I think they're really looking for someone who understands the whole process, end to end.
Okay.
So, how do you figure out which regulations even apply?
Right.
And then how do you make sure the company's following them? And
Mhm.
how do you document everything? So it's not just a textbook definition they want to hear. They
Yeah.
want to hear about what you've actually done.
So if I said I'm a rule follower, that's not going to cut it.
No, not even close.
Okay.
You got to think about a specific project where you had to really make sure things were compliant.
Okay.
What were the challenges? What systems did you put in place? And that's what they want to hear.
Okay, I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
I love that. So what about those tricky follow-up questions?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about a time you faced a compliance challenge. What did you do?
They want to see you think on your feet, you know?
Right.
Problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
So pick a situation where you had to be resourceful.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the rules weren't totally clear. How did you figure it out?
Yeah.
What was the outcome?
Got it. Okay, so switching gears a little bit. Here's one that comes up all the time.
Yeah.
How do you stay up to date on regulatory changes?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. So what are they looking for there?
I think they want to see that you're proactive,
Oh,
that you're really dedicated to your craft.
Mhm.
So, mention industry conferences,
uh-huh.
professional journals, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's not just about compliance. It's about, being on top of what's coming next.
Yeah, and this is where I think RoleCatcher comes in.
Oh, yeah.
Their AI can actually analyze job descriptions and see what skills are hot right now.
It's like having a crystal ball for your career.
That's wild.
It can help you tailor your resume,
Right.
tailor your answers to highlight those in-demand skills.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ah.
Okay, back to the hot seat. Let's say they ask you, how do you communicate regulatory requirements to cross-functional teams?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, because you're dealing with a lot of different people.
Right, you got engineers,
Yeah.
marketing folks, maybe even executives.
Right.
They all need to understand these regulations.
Yeah, but maybe not the same level of detail.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
how do you adjust your message to each audience?
Okay, so I might give a really detailed presentation to the legal team,
Right.
but maybe just a quick overview to the sales team.
Exactly. And don't forget about the different tools you use.
Oh, yeah.
Presentations,
Mhm.
training materials,
Right.
even flowcharts.
Okay.
If you're into that kind of thing,
Yeah.
show them you can make complex stuff easy to understand.
Okay, love it. Next question. What experience do you have with regulatory submissions?
That's a pretty straightforward one.
It does seem pretty straightforward.
But you got to be specific, what types of submissions have you handled?
Okay.
New drug applications,
Mhm.
medical device approvals.
Mhm.
Talk about the process, the challenges you faced, how you made sure everything was accurate and on time.
Yeah, and what about if they dig deeper?
Oh, yeah.
What specific software did you use? What were some of the hurdles you had to overcome?
They want to see that you have that hands-on experience
Mhm.
and that you can handle those tricky situations.
Okay, so have a good story in your back pocket.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about quality systems.
Okay.
So the question might be something like, can you discuss your experience with quality systems and their role in compliance?
This is where you show you understand the bigger picture.
Okay.
Quality systems ISO standards,
Right.
good manufacturing practices, they're not just about ticking boxes.
Yeah,
They're about building a culture of quality,
I like that.
making sure products are safe and effective.
Okay.
So talk about how you've actually integrated those principles into your work.
So I shouldn't just rattle off a list of standards I've memorized.
No, give them examples.
Okay.
Have you implemented a new quality system? Audited an existing one?
Uh-huh.
Did you find any gaps? How did you fix them?
Okay. So show them what you've done. Okay, I like it. Now, this next question is a little bit of a curveball. How do you manage regulatory risks?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's a little bit more strategic.
It is. They want to see, how you mitigate them before they become problems.
Oh, I see.
So talk about your process. How do you assess risks?
Mm-hmm.
Develop strategies, monitor how well those strategies are working.
So it's not just about, like, putting out fires. It's about preventing them.
Exactly. And again, use examples.
Okay.
Have you ever spotted a potential risk that others missed?
Mm-hmm.
How did you bring it to everyone's attention, and how did you work to address it?
Yeah.
Those stories really demonstrate your value.
Okay, I love it. Now, shifting to, like, a more global perspective, they might ask, can you discuss your experience with international regulatory affairs?
That's a good one.
What if I haven't worked directly with international regulations?
That's okay. You can still talk about your awareness of global regulatory bodies like the EMA or,
Right.
your ability to research and adapt to different international standards. The key is to show you're comfortable, navigating those different landscapes
Right?
and that you're eager to learn.
So even if I haven't, like, worked overseas, I can still show them that I have that kind of global mindset.
Absolutely. Highlighting your adaptability and willingness to learn new things is really crucial in this field.
Okay, love it. Another tough one. How do you manage interactions with regulatory agencies?
Ooh, that's all about diplomacy.
Yeah.
Relationship building.
Yeah?
You need to be able to advocate for your company,
Right.
but also respect the agency's authority.
Hmm.
So talk about how you prepare for meetings. Communicate effectively, follow up on any requests.
Sounds like a delicate balancing act.
It is, but it's a skill you need to master.
Yeah. Okay, last one for this round. Can you discuss your experience with post-market surveillance?
Oh, interesting.
What does that even mean?
It's about what happens after a product's already on the market.
Okay.
So you need to track any adverse events,
Uh-huh.
conduct follow-up studies, make sure the product is still safe and effective.
So if I've worked on any, like, post-market studies or complaint handling or recall procedures, that's all relevant.
Absolutely. It shows you understand that full life cycle of a product and that you're committed to safety and compliance even after it's launched.
Wow, this has been super helpful.
Hmm.
I'm already feeling, like, way more confident about tackling these questions.
And remember, RoleCatcher can really help you fine-tune your answers,
Yes.
practice your delivery.
Uh-huh.
That AI feedback can give you an extra edge.
Yeah, totally. I think we should talk more about RoleCatcher in a bit.
Yeah.
But first, let's explore, like, the different career paths you can take in regulatory affairs.
Okay, let's do it.
Stay tuned.
All right. Welcome back.
So we just tackled a ton of interview questions.
We did.
So now I kind of want to shift gears and talk about what your career could actually look like in this field.
Yeah.
And we've got that career guide to walk us through the different stages, right?
Exactly. And it's pretty exciting to see the growth potential. You could start as a regulatory affairs associate
Okay.
and climb all the way up to a senior manager position.
Okay, so, like, starting at the beginning, what does a regulatory affairs associate actually do?
I think of it as the foundation of your regulatory expertise.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing a lot of research, preparing documents,
Mm-hmm.
supporting the more senior members of the team. It's a great way to get that hands-on experience and really learn the ropes.
So if I was a regulatory affairs associate, what would my, like, day-to-day look like?
You might be digging into regulations for a new product launch,
Okay.
making sure all the labeling is compliant, or helping to prepare for an inspection by a regulatory agency.
Got it.
It's a lot of detail-oriented work,
Yeah.
but it's so crucial to keeping the company on the right side of the law.
And what kind of skills would I need to succeed in that role?
You need to be organized, detail-oriented, have a knack for research.
Okay.
Being able to communicate clearly and work well in a team is
Mhm.
also important.
Yeah, makes sense.
And, of course, a strong understanding of the relevant regulations is a must.
Yeah, for sure. Good. So how do you move up from there? What's the next step on the ladder?
So the next rung is the regulatory affairs specialist.
Okay.
This role involves more responsibility and a deeper dive into regulatory strategies.
Okay.
You're not just following instructions anymore, you're starting to think strategically about how to achieve compliance.
So what kind of tasks would a regulatory affairs specialist handle? Like, give me an example.
Sure. Let's say your company is developing a new medical device.
Okay.
As a specialist, you might be involved in creating the regulatory strategy for that device.
Okay.
You'd research the regulations, identify any potential roadblocks,
Uh-huh.
figure out how to get the device approved as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Wow. That sounds like a lot of responsibility.
It is.
And what kind of skills would I need to level up to that role?
On top of those core skills we talked about, you'd need strong analytical and problem-solving skills.
Mm-hmm.
You'd also need to be able to manage multiple projects at once
Okay.
and communicate effectively with different teams across the company.
Okay. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah,
Each step up requires more strategic thinking and leadership skills.
you got it. And that brings us to the role you're aiming for, regulatory affairs manager.
Okay.
This is where you really start to lead a team
Uh-huh.
and shape the company's compliance strategy.
So walk me through a day in the life of a regulatory affairs manager.
Okay, so you might be meeting with your team to discuss an upcoming product launch,
Okay.
or presenting a new compliance strategy to senior management,
Yeah.
or negotiating with a regulatory agency.
Wow.
You're the go-to person for all things regulatory,
Yeah.
and you need to be able to think on your feet and make decisions quickly.
That sounds both challenging and rewarding.
It is.
What kind of personality traits would make someone successful in this role?
You need to be a strong leader,
Okay.
a skilled communicator, a strategic thinker. You also need to be adaptable and able to handle pressure,
Yeah.
because things can change quickly in this field.
Right. Okay. Last but not least, what does the top of the mountain look like? What does it take to become a senior regulatory affairs manager?
So this is where you become a true expert and advisor.
Okay.
You might be overseeing regulatory affairs for multiple product lines or even across different regions.
Okay.
You're also mentoring other professionals and helping to shape the future of regulatory affairs within the company.
Wow. That sounds like a pretty influential position.
It is, and it often comes with a lot of responsibility and visibility within the company.
So it's clear that continuous learning is crucial in this field.
Oh, yeah.
The career guide mentioned certifications like the RSCCQA and others. What's the deal with those?
They're a way to demonstrate your expertise and commitment to professional development.
Okay.
They can also give you an edge in the job market
Uh-huh.
and open doors to new opportunities.
That makes sense. It's like a signal to employers that you're serious about your career.
Exactly, and they can also help you stay up to date on the latest regulations and industry best practices.
Speaking of staying ahead of the curve, I'm curious to know more about how RoleCatcher can help with career progression.
Yeah,
We talk about how it can analyze job descriptions,
right.
but is there anything else it can do?
Absolutely. So RoleCatcher's Career Compass feature is designed to help you map out your career path.
Okay.
It can analyze your skills and experience and suggest roles that align with your strengths.
Wow.
It can also provide insights into salary expectations, job growth trends, and the skills you might need to develop to reach your goals.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's not just about landing the job.
Right.
It's about having a long-term vision for your career.
Exactly. RoleCatcher can be your partner in navigating the exciting world of regulatory affairs
Yeah.
or reaching your full potential.
Okay, we've covered the different career stages,
Yeah.
but I kind of want to get a feel for the day-to-day reality of this job. What's the typical work environment like?
So regulatory affairs managers often work in corporate or government settings.
Right.
But remote work is becoming more common.
Right.
You might be in an office, a lab, even traveling to different sites.
And who are they interacting with on a daily basis?
You'll be working with a wide range of people, engineers, scientists,
Yeah.
marketing folks, lawyers, executives, and of course, regulatory agencies.
All right.
It's a very collaborative field.
Yeah.
Strong communication skills are essential.
So it's not just about sitting at a desk pushing papers around.
Definitely not. It's a dynamic and fast-paced job.
Yeah.
And you need to be comfortable interacting with people from all different backgrounds.
Now let's be real. What are some of the challenges that aspiring regulatory affairs managers should be prepared for?
The biggest one is staying on top of the ever-changing regulations.
Yeah.
It's a constant learning curve,
Right.
and you need to be dedicated to professional development.
So it's not a job for someone who wants to coast.
Not at all. You need to be proactive, adaptable, and always willing to learn new things.
Okay, last question on this topic. What are the pros and cons of this career path? Like the good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak.
Well, the good news is that this field is in high demand,
Okay,
which means excellent job security and good salaries.
that's good.
It's also a challenging and intellectually stimulating field,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll never be bored.
And the bad?
The workload can be heavy,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of pressure to get things right.
Right.
Mistakes can have serious consequences, so you need to be able to handle stress
Uh-huh.
and make tough decisions.
Okay, so it's not for the faint of heart,
Right.
but it sounds incredibly rewarding.
Exactly. And for the right person, it can be a truly fulfilling career.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's circle back to RoleCatcher and how it can specifically help you prepare for those interview questions.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about how RoleCatcher can analyze those job descriptions, but how does that actually help me in the interview?
Okay, so it's like having a personalized cheat sheet, basically. RoleCatcher breaks down the job description, and it pulls out those keywords that are like screaming, "This is what we're looking for."
Okay.
You know, things like specific regulations or software, or even like soft skills that the company values.
So it's not just about using the right buzzwords, it's about showing them I actually understand what they need.
Exactly. And then RoleCatcher takes it a step further.
Okay.
It suggests talking points and examples from your experience that align with those keywords.
Wow.
So it's helping you connect the dots between your skills and what the hiring manager wants to hear.
That's so smart. It takes all the guesswork out of crafting those perfect answers.
Right. And then here's the kicker.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI goes beyond just the content.
Okay.
It gives you feedback on your answers.
Oh, wow.
Like it can tell you if you're rambling or using too much jargon or not being specific enough.
So it's like having a virtual interview coach in my pocket.
Exactly. You can practice your answers.
Yeah.
Get instant feedback.
To really fine-tune your delivery, your clarity, and even your confidence.
Oh.
Now, we briefly touched on the CV or resume builder. How does that tie into all of this?
It's all about presenting like a cohesive story.
Okay.
Think of your resume as the opening act and your interview as the main event.
I like that.
RoleCatcher's AI is helping you make sure both are aligned and showcase your most relevant skills and experiences.
So it's not just about listing everything I've ever done. It's about strategically highlighting what matters most for that specific job.
Exactly. It's about grabbing their attention.
Yeah.
And showing them you're the perfect fit right from the start.
This is amazing. And I know a lot of listeners are probably wondering, is RoleCatcher only for regulatory affairs roles?
No, not at all.
Okay.
RoleCatcher covers a huge range of industries and job roles.
Oh, wow.
So whether you're an engineer, a teacher, a marketer, anything in between, there's something there for you.
So it's a tool that can benefit anyone who's serious about their career, regardless of their field.
Exactly. And it's super accessible, too.
Okay.
They have both free and paid options, so there's something for every budget.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We went from understanding the role of a regulatory affairs manager to, mastering those interview questions.
Right.
And even explored how technology like RoleCatcher can give you a real leg up in the job market.
It's a game changer, for sure.
Yeah, so we hope you're feeling more confident and prepared to land that dream job in regulatory affairs.
Absolutely. Go get them.
Remember, knowledge is power. And with the right tools and a little bit of preparation, you can really achieve anything you set your mind to.
Couldn't agree more.
So before we go, take a moment and think about that question we posed at the beginning.
Yeah.
Knowing what you now know about this role, what specific challenge in this field really excites you the most?
What are you most passionate about?
Yeah, let that question fuel your passion and guide you as you embark on this exciting career journey.
Best of luck out there.
Best of luck, and we'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.